So I'm just sitting here waiting for the landlord to come because we want to show him some of the mess I've made before I move out. Today I'm supposed to move out. This was a place where I was staying just for a couple of weeks, and my 2 weeks are done now, and I'm supposed to move to a new apartment. Time is bypassing, and I'm just sitting here. I was like, you know what? Since I'm sitting here, let me talk to my boys. Also, what triggered this thought was that I keep seeing people having podcasts. Excuse me. I keep on seeing people having podcasts. I keep seeing people on Spotify. I know what I like to talk about, and the fact that I don't have a platform to talk about it, I don't talk about it as much, is in itself a no go because I'm living my own life already, and I am a content creator, not full time, but I do have my own inspirations, things that I like to talk about, things that I believe in. The least I can do is right now start talking about it as soon as possible. Some of you don't know I've had a following already on YouTube, but I deleted my YouTube, believe it or not. And now I'm back. And the reason why I deleted, I would say it was just part of my journey, my experience, part of the lesson that I'm learning as a man. And it was important for me to go through that. It was important for me to go through that. And the reason for that is because I've learned so much. In this period, I was able to find out what it means to have fake friends, what it means to have people um, bad side, what it means to know, you know, myself, like who am I really when things go sideways, who you truly are will show up. Are you gonna turn evil or are you gonna turn good? I found myself that I have the skill of writing a book. I wrote my book in this period, which I don't think I would have written this book had I not gone through this detour. I was able to pick myself up again, find the strength and the self belief that I've always had in myself. You know, I found the basement, as Johnny Depp likes to say. He says if you fail and you find the basement, it's all right. So, wrote a book called it My Turning Point, and it's my experience, what I've learned, the lesson that I've learned, teaching other men to avoid the pitfall that I fell into myself. Hopefully, someone hope and those who want can't save everybody, but I have poured into this book all that I've got so far. And my story, I'm not done yet. My story is not finished yet. I'm still here. Yes, I'm leaning on my bed right now. It is standing upward. It's about to move, as you guys know. I've already told you. And I just want to talk to you guys, talk and spit out what I'm thinking because I'm going to be creating long format content where I'm going to be practicing delivering talks like this, giving you guys values, and I want to express my beliefs. I want to express my thoughts here, and I want to find people that I share mindset, thoughts, and experience. The internet makes it possible, so I want to do it. I don't have it in the professional format. This is how it's going to go for the most part, and as long as it is a content, that's all that matters. I'll spew what I got here, spit for you guys. And one of the things I like to start talking about is the journey to being a man. One of the first lessons that I learned was that triggered in me this idea of you can't tell me I'm not good enough. You can't tell me I can't do this. Was a story that was a situation between me and my brother. My brother was outside with the boys, his friends, playing soccer. And I was sitting at the front door, the stairs, watching them play. They were playing scrimmage. And I jumped into, I want to jump with my brother. I was like, you know what, I want to play with you guys. And he said to me that you can't play with us, Omar, because you might kick the ball into the neighbor's house. And back in the days, we had the neighbors. If you kick the ball into the neighbor's house, what happens is they're gonna pop the ball, the soccer ball. They knife it up, and that's not cool. So you have to buy a ball. It's a problem for us. We're poor. We don't have money. From there, I got this. He said, "Your leg is not straight. You're not good enough. You don't have control. Basically, you might be somebody who make us lose the ball." For me, that was my starting point. I don't know how to play soccer. Is that what you think? And I'm really young, like really young. This is the window light hitting right in my face. It's all good. I need some light for you guys, for the viewers. If it's too dark, it's not good. No. Anyways, that's where I started. I'll show you that I'm good enough. Years passed. I focused nothing but playing soccer, and I became so good. And then I came to Canada, and every time now I talk over the phone with my brother, guess what he says to me? How come you're not playing soccer for a professional team? That's all he says. And one day I told him the only reason why I began to like soccer so much and to want to become so good at soccer, it was because I just wanted to prove to you that I was good enough to play soccer. Yeah, and that's all it was for me. Another reason what would have wanted me to play soccer would have been the fact that you could become a celebrity, you could make a lot of money. And for me, being celebrity and making a lot of money meant so much for me because I had my mother a promise. I promised my mother that one day I'm going to buy her a villa. There was a time where we were in the room. I'll tell you the story how I got to that point. About 1 minute and a half. I got to that point where my mom was sitting on the floor and she had legs stretched out, stretched out. That's how I'm sitting right now, like this. And I came into the room from outside, from the living room, and I just put my head on her lap, and I was looking up to her, and she was talking to my siblings. She was complaining about the rent and how the landlord is going to come, and we don't have that much money, the situation and stuff. And I'm listening, I'm hearing all this, and me sitting there, me laying on her lap like that, my head on her lap, and I went on to looking up to her. I said, "Mom, don't worry about this. I'm gonna buy you a villa." And she stops talking and she looks down to me like this and she goes, just just grow up, then we'll see. From there I was serious, I wasn't playing about that. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make sure my mom she's gonna be proud. She's gonna see this. She's gonna see this happen. Unfortunately my mom passed away. She didn't have the opportunity to see that happen. And after she passed away, that was something that I always wanted to make happen. In fact, going after soccer was one of the reasons why I can make as much money and buy that house for her, that villa. And I turned my ligament, which was a surprise. That meant no soccer anymore. I'm not as good, and I was getting older. And this also means no soccer. The chance of becoming a soccer player, football player, is becoming super tighter. What I decided to do, I didn't quit. I said, you know what? I think God is steering me to a different direction. Yes, the goal is still the same. Gotta make a lot of money where I'm gonna buy a villa, but I have to find a way to do it. That is when I found business. That is when I turned into, finding ways to start business. I looked into brick and mortar businesses. I don't like, personally, I don't want to be locked into one place. I want to have freedom of location. I want to be able to go everywhere I want, wherever I want, be whoever I want, whenever I want, with so much money. So luckily, it was the beginning of online business. How it works. I came across social media marketing, studied that. Uh, since then, I just stuck with the online sphere of business, e-commerce, trading. I found out about trading, learned about it. I found about affiliate marketing, Amazon FBA, drop shipping. There's so many areas I discovered, and I found out the differences, what makes one different, better than the other one, and it was all good. And then I had to go through the shiny object syndrome phase where pick this one, no, pick this one, no, let me do both of them together. And then MLM came through other distractions. Lessons I've learned, all of these lessons I've written inside my book. I talk about it briefly there in detail, where I'm telling you, sharing with you my experience and what you need to do in order for you to avoid these experiences, these distractions, these pitfalls as you begin in your journey of entrepreneurship. So I grew through the experiences, and I'm still in the middle of it. But that's how I got to business, or to the point of I want to become a business owner. Maybe my goal will change. Who knows in the future? But for now, I am certain I gotta make a lot of money first, and then we can talk about what money means for me and how much money do I really want to go for. I can talk about that later. So talking to you guys about 12 minutes right now. I want to keep on going and maybe max it out to 15 minutes so I can upload this on YouTube right away. All right, so here we are now. Um, in my journey, as I was failing businesses, I also discovered the fact that there is aspect to there is special aspect in my journey, knowing what it means to be a man. And in details, nobody sits you down and give you the scope of things unless you study. And I was lucky enough to come across to be alive at the time when podcasts became popular now. And I came across the Red Pill community. I came across books that talk about this. I came across my own personal experience, not just hearing from somewhere else. And I get to study. So as men, we grow differently. We have we have similar experiences almost, but the way society brings us up is not preparing us at all for being that men established mindset, like we they call it patriarchy mentality. They don't prepare you. It's not prepare you. It doesn't. Society doesn't prepare you for that. It prepares you to be more like the opposite of patriarchy. I don't know the word. I don't want to butcher it. Maybe it's matriarchy or something like that. I'm not sure whatever it is, but it's the opposite of men-led society. Okay, there's something else right now going on. I don't know whatever it is. Maybe it's woman-led society, or I don't think even women lead the society. There's behind. I think behind that women, there's other men doing some weird shit, but then have women at the forefront. it's not men-led mainstream society. That's not what it teaches us. It teaches us differently. The school teaches you differently. Workplace teaches you differently. All these things have paths that they are steering us to a path that's not reality of a man's experience in real life, the way we come up. So that is in my heart. I want to express it as well, and it's in my thoughts. There are many people that talk about this, but I want to ask. I have my own angle. There are some things that I agree with. A lot of people talk about, and there are some things that I agree with them, and there are some things that I agree with, and there are other things that I don't agree with. So I want to have my own spin on it, not in a debating format, but in a way that I can help men, go in the proper way. For example, the retro community, they talk about how you can be promiscuous, but you can't, um, you can't let the woman be promiscuous, those kind of stuff. I don't agree with that. I don't agree that you should be promiscuous. Yes, you should have experience. To have experience, I would recommend that you get with somebody and you have um, your standards established. Um, get married, but don't get married under the government or anything like that. Get married by church, by mosque, whatever. If she goes away, you're not paying half of your wealth. Get married again. That's what I believe in. I think that's the best way to go about it. I don't think men should be promiscuous as well, so that they can get the experience of, if a woman is switched up, and if a woman is switched up, and I'm talking about this as I'm not making the woman to be the evil here. No, I'm just saying the way the law is set up, it doesn't do any justice to men, and it could be better. And I'm not saying it's just it's overstretched, and I think young men should know that that's waiting for them when they come up in society. So I have my own ways to put a spins on it, but for now, I like to focus on before I go into that stuff. I like to talk about it as well. But for now, I just want to prepare you guys your mindset. You have to know where your which pawn you are, which piece are you on the chessboard. I don't know how to play chess, but the lingo of the chessboard seems and works with everybody. It's very simple to understand. There are pieces, they have hierarchies, there are generals, there is bishop, there is the king, there is the queen, there is the pawn, there's other things, and these have, you know, quality or power or yeah, they can make moves depending on their grades. So each one of us is like that. You have to know what kind of piece are you in society so that you move accordingly. I have so much to share with you guys. I've read a lot of books. I like to read more books and let's drive these books. I listen to um, great minds as well on social media, like Andrew Tate, already, uh, Peterson. There is many guys. Luke Palmar. There are people that I listen to, and they have great things to say. They have their own differences. I have my own difference with them when they have certain things I don't agree with, don't subscribe to. Not that I'm like, hey, you're doing bad. No, this is just not my worldview type of thing. I think to me it sounds like we live in the era of um, spreading philosophy basically, and you can be your own philosopher. That's the kind of era we live in, but with technology now. Back in the days, it was more like scrolls and people telling you stories and telling other people and people putting some spins to it. It was like that, but today it's different. So I think I'm like a philosopher. I would rather think myself I like to I would say change opinions, the minds of people to do better. I think that's philosophy. I don't know what that is. So I'm still growing myself, as you can see. But the thing that I study as what I like to share with you guys. I'm not going. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna have a guest because I like to grow first. I have so much to learn myself. And as I'm learning so much myself, I like to see me, uh, what I can become, maybe years doing this, first of all. If unknown allies come, this term I stole it from a book called Letters by Seneca. If they come, they're welcome. And then if they don't come, I'm still going to be doing my thing because this is going to be something I will be documenting, like how I think. Not, so I don't want to come across someone who's talking to you in a way and then have other things at the back of his mind. I'm not like that. You're going to see me who I am for what I am. So yeah, that's it. It's 20 minutes to chat with you guys, and I think my battery's about to die. This is all I have to say for this video. I know it was all over the place. I hope whatever you caught from this, it was helpful. And I want you to look forward more videos from me because I'm going to be doing like this, but it won't be as 20 minutes long. It will be more like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And it's going to be really reflective. Um, you will receive value for sure because I'm going to be sharing is going to be things that when I heard it, I was like, man, I think I needed this. That's the kind of stuff I'm going to be sharing with you. Even right now, I do make content, and people say, like, you changing our minds, you are inspiring us. This is really helpful. Thank you. That's what this is all about for me. If you feel like you're receiving value from my content, show me some love. Just drop a comment. If you're new to this channel, subscribe. You're gonna love what's coming. This is just the beginning. Forgive my lazy uh, voice. I haven't prepared for this. I just opened my phone and started to talk. This is how I go. I don't like to sit on thoughts. I just like to take action. And I hope you are like that as well. See you later.